Welcome to the Social Engineer Podcast, the fourth Monday series. This is episode 302. I'm Chris Hadnagy, CEO and founder of Social Engineer, the Innocent Lives Foundation, and the Institute for Social Engineering. And believe it or not, this podcast has been around since 2009. And as always, on this episode, on this series, is my co-host, the Emmy Award-winning investigative reporter, Mike Holfeld. Mike, awesome to have you here as always.
Oh, this is great. Chris, it's been great. And once again, I want to publicly congratulate you. 300 episodes and beyond now. It's, what is this, 302?
302. Can you believe it?
Well, let's celebrate when we hit $1,000.
And this one's evolved the most. I think this series has evolved the most. And thanks to you, we have some amazing guests and really interesting topics, which kind of leads us to what we're talking about today. Kayla Lussier is the co-founder of Money Match, a platform championing financial wellness by connecting real estate investors and small businesses with the capital that they need. Her 15 years in healthcare as a nurse practitioner have instilled in her a deep understanding of holistic well-being, mind, body, and wallet. I love that one. We left out soul. Kayla's personal pursuit of financial independence through investing, including 3 mentorships at 40 combined deals with her co-founder, Stephen, revealed the funding challenges entrepreneurs face. That's why they build Money Match, giving investors the tools they wish they had when they started out. Money Match is disrupting the small business acquisition and real estate investment scene by matching private money lenders to borrowers faster than anything available in the industry, making the private capital market less private and a whole lot easier to navigate. They're not just matching, they're igniting a movement, one funding dream at a time. And now I'm even more interested than I was because this is something we've been talking about here at Social Engineer for a while. So nice to have you here, Kayla. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
So I always like to start off with the same question, which is how did you get started? Like, nurse practitioner, but where did the idea that you're going to go into real estate investing come from?
Yeah. As many of us can relate, I was hustling and grinding and giving my whole heart and soul to my job. And it still wasn't allowing me to have any degree of financial freedom. And I talked to this financial planner and he did an intake of like what my dreams were and like what my income is and blah, 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 blah. Took all these stats from me. And then he put it into some calculator. And then he's like, you have 7% or a 7% chance that you will achieve these goals. And that was so helpful. And honestly, I was like, oh, it's that high. Cause I honestly was like, I think I have a 1% chance, but it was still like so good to see it in math. And I was like, something's got to change. Like me just doing, the hamster wheel is not getting me anywhere. And so that week, some ad popped up on Instagram and it was like how to get involved in real estate investing. And it was like this very cheap like course, which obviously was a sales funnel that I didn't know about. I was just like, ooh, let's do it. So I got so fired up and I got really excited about real estate investing and jumped right in a little, probably too ambitiously, but I did it. And here I am. And I'm glad I did.
You're glad you did, but you were victimized. And Chris and I, of course, for years have looked at the victims for various scams. And this looked good, sounded great. Wow, I love it. But you got set up. That's what I want people to know about first before we talk about your program. Yeah. What happened?
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was saying about a little too ambitiously. So I got so excited to invest in real estate. And I learned that in real estate, you really have to there's a lag time. It's like you put in the work and then the results follow. But I was impatient. I was like, no, I want it now. And so I realized okay, so I'm going to put in the work to start building up a real estate portfolio. In the meanwhile, I want money now. So I started doing private money lending. And private money lending means it's people like me and you. It's your mom and dad. It's whoever. There's so much need for money in real estate deals that will not be obtained from financial centers because the banks and non-traditional loans don't finance 100%. There's still tens of thousands of dollars left on the table that investors or borrowers, fix and flippers, whatever, need to finish their project. So they go to their friend, they go to their family, they go to their network. And so that's where I came in and I lent money on a deal for a fix and flipper. And this kind of money comes back to you relatively quickly. So you can put in money and then usually get your return within 90 days, 120 days, 6 months, 9 months. It depends on what your flavor is and what you want to do. And so I was like, well, I'm seeing people getting really great returns, double-digit returns with, thousands of dollars down. And so anyway, I got too excited, was so hungry for my first deal. And I just jumped into one with this borrower. I had no idea who he was, gave him my money because I was this like cute little trusting like newbie, and he didn't perform and he wasn't able to finish the deal like he thought he would. And instead of like being an adult and talking to me about it, he ghosted me.
I'm afraid
he wouldn't
to
answer
ask,
emails.
how much did you lose, Kayla?
Everyone always wants to know.
Well,
he's
ghosting
think?
you. I mean, I don't know, 20K?
45.
Oh,
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's some people's salary for a year.
Tell me about
it.
So this is what inspired you. You trust this kid. He didn't deliver. Is that what
my
happened?
gosh. I was PO'd. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I was so mad because I just didn't know people did that kind of stuff to people. I was so trusting. And so, however, it made me talk to lawyers. It made me talk to more seasoned private money lenders. It made me do my research. And so the next loan I did was successful. And then the one after that, and the one after that. And it made me better and better. And each deal taught me something new. So I'm not here to say that it's like easy peasy. It started rough, but once you know what you're doing and you start finding borrowers that you like and trust and perform, it is so fun. So, so being mad is what started this app. I was like, like this is unacceptable. Like there's just this industry right now is the Wild West. People lend money, not really knowing sometimes what they're doing. And some are very skilled at it. We have all levels of investors. And I was just like, it's too unstructured. People can just lend money without knowing what they're doing. I want there to be a place that connects private money lenders to borrowers easily. It connects people like a dating app almost. And maybe that's a funny metaphor, but it really matches people quickly and provides education to mitigate risk.
What I find interesting though is a lot of times when people get scammed, they're burned. So their trust in the whole process is burned, and then they get away. Like Mike and I have worked on cases with people who got crypto scammed. As soon as if they get their money back, if that ever happens, you find like they're like done. They're going to sell their crypto and leave. But you found that as a motivator to actually continue and perfect the process. I'm just kind of curious, like where did that come from?
Yeah.
Is that just who you are as a person throughout your whole life, or?
I think earlier in my life, like maybe it's such a deep question, but it's like in like middle school, I got bullied pretty bad. And after that event, I was like, no one messes with me. And it was such a powerful lesson for me. And so I think getting scammed, it was like, and so we're actually in a lawsuit still. Like, I mean, this was years ago, several years ago. And, my case is airtight. It's not a problem. Like my attorney's not worried. I'm not worried at all. I know it's going to go just fine. I have a lien on this guy's property. I can foreclose on him. It's the legal process that is really frustrating. So, maybe that was a little bit longer than I should have gone, but there it is. Don't mess with Kayla. This is what happens.
It's always interesting to me because we discuss a lot of the psychological parts and different aspects of these podcasts, and that you're a unique character in that sense.
Definitely. Thanks. The dating analogy I love. How do I know the guy or the girl that I meet is good for me? I mean, how does the match click? How do you connect the dots?
That's great question. Wow, I love it. There's different things you want to look at. So you want to vet the deal and you want to vet the borrower. Two different things. So when you're vetting a borrower, just to get right to it, I want a background check. I want a credit report. That's going to tell you a lot right there.
Okay.
And had I done that and known to do that on my first deal, we wouldn't be talking today.
Mm-hmm.
What did you miss on that background check? Was there something where he had a history of credit problems?
Oh, I didn't even check it.
Oh,
I didn't even know to
check
do
it?
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, Chris is sort of the master at that. He knows to, he vets everybody. So, but that's the thing. So your message to everyone listening is, if you've got the money and you've got the will, just make sure you don't trust. Do the homework.
I love that. Yep. There's a phrase that is trust, but verify. Don't turn into this bitter person. Trust people, right? But then do your due diligence to back up that trust. So that's a great start.
No, it is a great start. In my business, it's get it first, but first get it right. And I think that's what you're saying too. Make sure the intel you have is accurate. So now, how does this work? How do the guys and girls, to use the dating analogy, how do they hook up to make the match for investors and entrepreneurs that are trying to develop small businesses?
Yeah. So as it stands right now in the industry, there's nothing that does this. So people just post on Facebook groups and it's word of mouth. And so I brought this platform where if you are a lender, you create your profile and it's private. It's not going to be revealed to anyone in the community or anything outside our secure platform. And it says, how much do you want to lend? How long do you want to lend it for? What kind of things do you want to lend on? I mean, this is what's so beautiful about investing is there's so much variety, and it's a double-edged sword, I guess, because there is so much to choose from. But some people just want to do like a fix and flip. And that's a great place to start. But there are people doing incredible projects with commercial real estate, multifamily, ground up development. So you can choose where you like. Maybe some people, retired and they used to do some form of commercial development. Like go to that niche, lend on that, right? That's what they know best. So you can pick kind of where you want to invest. There's also the opportunity to be an equity partner in businesses. So you can say, what business do I want to invest in? Do I want to be a part owner in a car wash, a nail salon? You get it. And so then that profile takes all the deals that are on the platform and will bring only the relevant matches to them. And likewise, on the other end, if you're a borrower and you've got you want to buy this car wash, but you don't have the $100K as the down payment, you can bring in your equity partner, get that business, and you'll have all the information on a document that will be seen by the lender. And then you guys can connect when the lender likes your project and clicks a button that says, let's connect.
As a lender, let's say if you got some money, is there a minimum to kind of get on the platform that you have to have?
That's a great question. There is no minimum. Deals are going to vary from all sizes. I will say most of these projects are going to probably start at 25K or more. We are coming soon doing fractional investing. So if you don't have 25K, but you're like, you know what, I've got 15. Then you can pair up with someone who's like, well, I've got the 75 or I've got the 85 because the whole total ask will say is 100K. That's fine. And you'll get that percentage off of your 15. So anyone can join. And we'll have investments opportunities in the future at even a lower price point, but that's down the road.
What do you recommend? What's the easiest investment? I mean, you may have intrigued a lot of people listening. People everywhere listen to the show. So, what's the easy one? Hey, I like this idea. What could I do?
Yeah, that's great. And I want to just give you this black and white answer, but it's like, well, what do they like? Do they like the idea of multiple streams of income at any given point? Then maybe start learning about business buying and business evaluations. Just dip your feet into something that you actually like, because this becomes so much more fun. And I love the phrase play is the way. When you're having fun, there's so much more synergy. There's so much more progress because you want to learn more. You want to become more skilled. So I would just say go to where you're interested. So say you watched Flip or Flop on HGTV and you're like, I think fix and flips are so entertaining or interesting. Okay, start there. That would probably be one of the easier ones, is understanding the risk of investing in a fix and flip. And our platform also has this educational section, and we have a partner who is incredible. She's a federal agent. She has conducted multiple criminal interviews. She understands how to vet the borrower and the deal because she's an investor herself, and she too was scammed at a way bigger magnitude than I was. Same thing. She's like, oh no, like we are not allowing this to happen to other people. So she is a great resource to help people like do some hand holding, because I don't recommend just like jumping in like I did. Of course, I would never want that. And I want this platform to be truly supportive. And so we offer that education. But I would say like, just keep being a lifelong learner, keep learning things, talking to people. So you feel like this investment is easy.
What stopgaps have you built into your platform that will make it so what happened to you and what happened to your partner can't happen to me?
Sure. Yep. So, as we all know, there is no 100% safe investment, then it's not an investment. Like there's investments have some level of risk. But what we can do is always like assess the risk level and mitigate the risk. So our first step is everyone using the platform has to pass an ID check through Identify. They're a leader in their third-party verification system or platform. So I'm happy that we'll have that to just cut down on the level of people who think that they can just come on here willy-nilly and create fake projects. The next thing is that we are in process, so this is coming soon, of having every deal that hits the platform automatically comes with a background check and credit report. We are getting the systems in place to have that really streamlined and beautifully done. So right now, as it stands, if investors want the background check, this is an upcharge. What we do is called Vet My Deal, and it's a full due diligence package. So what lenders can do is they can press a button that says Vet My Deal, and it will come with a background check, credit report, a loan to value ratio, which just means kind of like how much risk is going on. And I won't dive into that. But underwriting will be explained. The property that the person is lending on, there will be a comp report, which means like someone has assessed the rental market or the sales market. And so if this is, for example, a fix and flip, and the borrower is like, okay, I'm going to sell it for $500K. Well, the comps means like, we're going to look at what the market is saying. Like, our house is selling for $500K in this neighborhood. Is that a realistic projection? And so we'll have those available. And then lastly, we're going to have references called, and the encounters will be documented. So it'll just speed up the process of understanding the deal, having things done so people can like look at the data and then decide what they want to do with it.
And does your app act like an escrow? So like when the sale is done, we're still trusting the end user with that, or? So
thank you for asking that. So we are simply matching people. Do not ever wire money directly to a borrower. This definitely has to be processed by a title company, escrow company, or a real estate attorney or business attorney. And we say that on our platform. And yeah, I'm so glad you made that clear. We are not handling money. We are not collecting money in these deals.
Yeah. No, I was very curious because that's the one thing I was like, okay, now how do we do it?
Yeah.
You match me with this perfect deal, then you wire money and, well, that's see ya, right?
Yeah.
So you teach them to set up the precautions, right? The safeguards.
Right.
And what came to my mind, I know you're based out west, is this coast to coast? Americans everywhere and people around the world can do this?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
So it's coast to coast. I have friends who live in Portugal who lend on deals in America. I'm not advertising to people outside of the States. Right now, we are strictly we want our customer base to be here. But I want just, for educational purposes, for people to know that they can invest, they can be digital nomads and invest, from wherever. But yes, our platform is for the US market, and we're going to expand, when we're ready. But one thing, like you said, Michael, I love the get it right. What was it?
First, but first get it right. Yep.
Yeah. So we are doing that form. And so we'll expand when we're ready.
Wow. You ready to invest, Chris?
Well, I mean, it's exciting. The thing about investing, I think for a novice, someone who doesn't really do much of it, is it's nerve wracking because, it's just like gambling. You're going to, there's a chance you can lose it. and you kind of took that risk and mitigated it down to make it feel safer. I've done a little dabbling here and there with the stock market and always suck at it. It's always bad. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it anymore, because I'm terrible at it. And I got a little fortunate with crypto. So I was like, okay, that's okay. But this takes away the fear of investing in something like a flip,
Yeah.
And is it young, old, rich, poor? Who do you think is going to be reaching out? I mean, you've been out in the field doing this. What is your sense? What's the demographic? Is everyone all of the above eligible?
That's a great question. I will say stereotypically, like our borrowers are the younger ones because they haven't had those decades to start saving their money. And typically our lenders are in their 40s and up, and these are working professionals. These are retirees. These are people who are lending from their retirement. A lot of people don't know that you can actually use your retirement savings to invest in alternative investments. I mean, this can be real estate, this can be startups, this can be gold. The way it works is, it's on my platform. Actually, we connect people to custodians who can facilitate this. They're called self-directed IRAs. And I've been doing that for several years. And it's really fun because I'm getting 25% on my like an annual return on my my retirement money. I like that. So, so it's, some people are buying property with their retirement and, having rentals. And so, I digress, but that's generally what we're seeing. And so really it's a platform for everyone because there's a place for everyone here.
That's really great. So I'm sure everyone's wondering that's listening, how do I find it? How do I join? What do I do?
Yeah, so find us on the App Store. We're in the Play Store, and you're welcome to check us out on moneymatchapp.com. Moneymatchapp.com.
Of course, we'll have the link in the show notes for everyone who's watching in case you didn't get that if you're running or working out or driving or whatever. You don't want to stop doing that right now. So we'll have that down there. Kayla, if people want to connect with you, what's the best way for people to reach out, chat with you, have another conversation like this?
Yeah, that's great. I would love that. I would say they're welcome to, check out our Facebook page, ask questions there. Just called Money Match. They're welcome to, on our website, there's a email that they can reach out if they have any questions, and we're excited for feedback.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's out now, so you can run over to the Play Store or to the App Store and download the app, Money Match app, and take a look at it, and go to the website too and check it out. Mike, what do you think? Any last?
Well, I always ask this all my years of reporting. Is there anything we neglected to ask? Because obviously we love this whole money match concept. Anything we didn't ask that you think you'd like to leave us with? Your final thoughts?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I would just say something to be aware of for people who are just my money's just sitting in my savings, or my money's just sitting here. I know I should probably be doing something better with it. I just encourage people, again, go where you're interested. I will say something that's very interesting right now is that, and you've probably covered this plenty of times, but the whole silver tsunami that's happening right now is a huge investment opportunity, meaning a lot. So basically 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every single day, and they own 40% of businesses. So these businesses are being bought by everyone, kind of millennials, but all sorts of people. And these business buyers are going to need some capital to acquire these businesses. So maybe you would be that person who was like, you know what, I'm ready to start making, use some of the savings and actually start making, regular passive income from it. As we talked about, every investment, there is some risk, but as we know, it's diversify it. Don't let your money just sit there losing its value. And that's, I guess, my biggest thing is go explore business buying, go explore crypto, go explore something that is going to drive you closer to your dreams. And I'm excited for anyone watching this to just start a greater financially abundant future.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. This is really fascinating. I mean, I'm really sad you got scammed, but kind of happy that it happened, or you never would have created this.
Yeah.
You know? And you're going to win that lawsuit and get your money back anyway. So
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, hope you enjoyed this episode. Next month, we're going to be talking to someone from Repsado, and it's going to be all about technology involved in baseball. Another topic that you never thought you'd hear on the Social Engineer podcast. So until next month, stay safe, go invest something, and we'll see you next month.